Hi, good morning. Well, it's morning here, and it already feels like the middle of the day. So much has happened. I already had to call the police. And I live in beautiful, peaceful Puaco. But Lola and I were walking the beach this morning, and she kind of wandered off, and I was looking for her, and I couldn't find her. And I noticed this kind of rustling around in the bushes um, next to this house that a friend of mine's working on. And I was like, "What is that?" Saw Lola behind me, grabbed her, and there were like two men in the bushes. And I'm like, "What?" They're hiding in the bushes. And anyway, so I called the police, and I don't know what they were doing, but that was my morning so far. Besides all the beauty and saying thank you to everything, that was just a little bit of excitement. So I have one of you joining me. Say hi. Glad you're here. I'm trying this new time and day as it was requested because I've been doing weekdays and not a lot of people can jump on during the week. So I thought, well, I'll try a Saturday. And so I'm calling it Soul Searching Saturdays. So we'll see if this works. If not, we'll go back to Free Flow Fridays. Yeah, so today, what I'm going to be talking about is opening up our intuition. So our intuition guides us. It's one of our inner, hey, Brenda Scott. Oh, yeah, way too much excitement for too early. I'm so glad that you're here, though. Let me know how everything's going for you, how that back pain is. Yeah, anyway, so for today's topic is we're going to talk about waking up our intuition because it can save you. Like I wrote in my blog, it actually saved my life, my intuition. And maybe some of you read the blog. It was a really scary thing happened to my daughter and I and my little dog. And but I felt it before it happened. Like there was like no warning. Like it wasn't like a big loud bang or anything weird happening around me. I just felt it and knew that I had to move to save my life and my daughter's life. I mean, I didn't even think about that in the time. I just felt like, oh my God, something's off and wrong, and I gotta get to safety because I was in kind of a vulnerable position next to a construction fence. So I really did a lot of work on intuition after that and figuring out what it is and where it's held. And it's in our solar plexus. So the space between the V of the ribs and our navel. And that's our power center. And it's like, that's why we feel that sort of intuitive hit in our gut. Like we get this gut feeling that something is not right. So to wake up our intuition, we work on our bellies. And one of the best things that we can do is learn to deeply breathe. So whoever's on, there's a couple of you, you're going to take a deep breath in and the belly pooches out and release. And the belly draws back in and up. So if we keep our breath alive, so let's try it again, breathing into our hands, put your hand on your belly. It pooches out, exhaling. The belly draws back and in and up. Now, a lot of us don't breathe like that. We just do some shallow, like shoulder breathing. So we're going to do this again. Breathe into our hand. Belly pooches out, exhale. Belly draws back and in and up. All right. So the more that we deeply belly breathe, the more we're activating or connecting to that intuitive part of ourselves. Then I'm going to show you a little practice that you can do also to wake up your intuition, because this center opens by twisting. Yes, and so we're going to do a little twist here in a moment. Like Brenda, sick with flu-like symptoms for a few days, just getting back up and around. Oh, I'm so sorry, Brenda. I hate that flu-like stuff that goes around. And I hate it, especially just as it's starting to get nice and you want to get outside and things like that. But I'm glad you're with me. So anyway, so I'm sure a lot of people will catch this when I just have it not live. So anyway, besides breathing deeply in and out of your belly, we want to twist to open our intuition. I fully rely on my intuition. Yay! Like some of us do. Our culture is just kind of not based on that. So those of us who do, we really have to own it and keep it and be determined to use it, because our culture always says, use this and make it make sense. Like with medical stuff, like all the studies and stuff, it has to make sense. That's the way our world operates. But there's stuff operating outside of what makes sense. Like it makes no sense at all that I knew I was in danger. The birds were singing, the breeze was blowing, it was a beautiful sunny day. There was nothing to indicate that I was in danger. Like who can quantify that? Who can think that? You can't. That doesn't make any sense. So we're talking about something that's outside the realm of thinking. And we've got to more and more and more. Hey, Veronica, glad you're on. More and more rely on those parts of ourselves that I call that are a little more magical and unfigure outable. Like they scientifically, we can't prove anything, right? Yeah. So anyway, let's just talk about how to open our intuition besides breathing. So we've got the breathing. I'm going to just sit back for a little bit so you can see me better. So I'm breathing deeply using my diaphragm. So I'm inhaling, my belly pooches out. Exhaling, my belly draws back and in and up. Then what I do, keep my breath. And on an exhale, I'm going to turn from my navel. My tail stays down. I'm not going to take my tail with me. I'm going to exhale and I'm going to turn to the right. Just a little bit. Keep breathing. I'm going to exhale and take my left hand to the outer edge of my right knee. And I'm going to exhale and place my hand right behind my buttocks. And then I can keep turning, but my tail stays down. I just turn from my navel, my chest, and my head and neck and eyes look over my shoulder, and I breathe here. And that's opening up our intuition. That's waking up this place where we get that gut reaction. So if you're doing this with me, a couple more breaths. Each out breath, that belly goes back and in, and that allows us to turn our spine a little bit more. As we inhale, we're pulled out. And then I inhale and come back around. And I just rest there for a minute. And I just feel and notice. Feels good. As long as I don't take my lower back with it. That's the key, is that I got to keep my tail down. All right, let's try the other side. So I'm breathing again. Then I inhale. Exhale. All I'm going to do is just turn a little bit from my navel. From my navel on down, I stay stable and strong because my lower spine doesn't turn. And then I take my right hand to the outer edge of my left knee. I take my left hand back behind me. I keep turning my chest. And then my head and neck and eyes look over my left shoulder, and I breathe here. Ha. 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 Each time my belly goes back and in and up as I exhale, I can turn a little bit deeper. Ha. Ha. And really look over that left shoulder. Ha. 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 So that is waking up and opening our intuition. So do you have any questions? I think there's only one of you with me right now. So maybe Soul Searching Saturdays isn't such a popular time, but we're going to try it for a couple weeks and see what happens. And then we can always go back to Fridays if it doesn't. Just it was suggested, somebody wanted it. So we're going to do that for just a little bit. But whoever's on, any questions, anything? Oh, hey, Paige Martin, glad you're here. We're talking about opening up our intuition. So glad you guys, Brenda and Veronica and Paige, have joined me today. But yeah, so our intuition is key to living on this planet. In fact, my belief is that that's what we need to get back to more and more, is living by our feelings and feeling things out before we jump into them, and really making sure that it feels right to us. Hey, Paige. So anybody have any questions on intuition? I'd be happy to answer. Otherwise, I want you guys to go out and breathe deeply in and out of your belly. So there's that expansion and that release. That pooch out and the coming back and in. And you move as you exhale. You turn on the exhalation, because that's when the belly goes back to the spine and you get more room to move. And as you inhale, you're turned back towards center. So it looks like ha, ha, ha. And you can just do little bits of these anywhere that you are. If you're like feeling like, wow, I really need to open up my intuition because I'm feeling a little heavy, I'm not really feeling too much right now, wake up this space and you'll start to feel again. I think it's super important that we all do this, and it's simple. Just simply deeply breathing and twisting, and you're going to have your intuition on board for whatever. Like if you read my blog, it saved my life. My intuition saved my life. And this morning I ran into some guys hiding in the bushes. It's like we never know what we're going to run into. And the more that we have that feeling on board, the better able that we're going to be able to take care of ourselves and respond before we're in danger or before we get ourselves in trouble. So, all right, I have a full intuitive practice on the Age Less, Move More website. If you are not signed up, join in and wake up your intuition. If you are, do it. Let's wake up. Let's go out there with this magical piece of ourselves feeling its way into our life. Thank you so much for being with me today. Bye.